So what do you think? I don't know. I guess it's okay. It's just, I feel like I'm stretching my neck to talk.
Maybe you should, though, because it's good for your diaphragm. I don't know.
Good for my neck muscles?
Like a giraffe?
I don't think so. Okay, who are we doing today?
I think it's Keith Moon from The Who.
Who are you?
Hi, this is Brian White. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 23 of Celebrity Souls Speak with Brian and Rene. My wife Rene is a medium, and I've been a radio personality for over 50 years. The other side established communication with us because they wish to stay in touch with this dimension. They know I truly love and respect music and the artists that perform it, and Rene is a huge music fan as well. We started this podcast and have been interviewing celebrities that have passed over. We're giving them a platform, and they have a lot to say, and we're in contact and passing along their thoughts.
Hi, this is Rene, and what follows is a conversation that I had with Keith Moon. Yes, I know he's dead. I talk to dead people, or souls passed over, to be a bit more respectful. I'm new to this whole speaking with dead people thing. Sometimes the universe doesn't give you the gift until you're ready for it. Guess I'm ready. Well, I found a quote by Roger Daltrey that I felt summed up what I know of Keith Moon. His algorithms were a bit different. Keith was a drummer with The Who through 8 albums and 35 singles. It's been said that Keith Moon was to the drums what Jimi Hendrix was to the guitar, a complete original. Moon's kit was the biggest in rock at one point, boasting at least 10 tom-toms, twin bass drums, twin timpani, snare, half a dozen cymbals, and a gong.
You know, I understand that Keith was influenced heavily by Dick Dale.
Well, Keith became a surf music fan early on. He began playing drums as a teenager, and after stints with local bands, he joined The Who in 1964. Moon is said to have named Led Zeppelin when an early version of the band that would have had himself, along with John Entwistle on bass, Jimmy Page on guitar, and an undecided vocalist as members. He stated the potential supergroup would go down like a Led Zeppelin.
Wow, Keith Moon credited for naming Led Zeppelin. Who knew? Who would be the undecided vocalist?
Oh, I have no idea.
RB.
Look on your hand.
Okay.
Look down. What do you see? Palmer.
Yeah, okay.
His bandmates Roger Daltrey and Pete Townshend would admit that the soul of the group was mortally wounded on September 7, 1978, when Keith passed over at age 32. He had attended a party given by Paul McCartney for the launch of the Buddy Holly story. Quite ironic that the drug prescribed to him to help quell his thirst for alcohol, Hamineverin, would be the reason he died. Keith overdosed on it. He was the poster child for sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Let's just say he led a hedonistic lifestyle.
He was really out of control. I mean, they were the first group to ever destroy their equipment on stage, and Keith was known to be banned from hotel rooms because he would destroy them and just do all kinds of crazy things. Too much to even talk about.
Well, you know what's funny, Brian, is I found him to be a quiet sort. Not surprising considering the life he led and the reputation he had, but, you know, you never know about somebody, really. Keith contacted me and wanted to hear about this project we have going on. I explained that our project was born out of a conversation with Lennon and Harrison to raise awareness that there is an afterlife and that artists here are abused by the very people who are charged to care for them. I asked if he had been exposed to less than ideal treatment in his career, and his response was, "Me? No, I didn't care about any of that shit. I just did what I wanted."
You know, so far he's about the only one that has said that. But, you know, with his image with The Who, it's just that. He just didn't care. He just did what he wanted. It's obvious.
Yeah. I mean, cool. He's so disconnected that it just doesn't matter. We talked about his life here and the challenges of being famous. Keith told me he got high, drank, and did all the things that he was warned not to do. Yet he's a quiet guy at home. He said, "I have different personalities to fit different occasions." Well, he lived the way he wanted and didn't mean to die. It was an accident, Keith shared. That's what I think of my time there. I was alive one moment and then here the next. I didn't know what had happened. I thought I was tripping or something. Then I saw my grandfather, and he explained it to me and took me to where I would reside. Well, I just had to ask, is it a 1 or 2 bedroom flat? To which Keith responded, "Oh, good one. Very funny coming from an American." I shot back, "Well, sir, I'll have you know that I also have English roots that I trace back to 1100. So we may be related. Be careful what you say. I may be a distant cousin." Keith laughed. "Okay, you're pretty good. I like people who have a quick wit." I replied, "That's me, old quick wit. Just don't ask me what I had for breakfast." Keith shared that he never went through the aging thing here. I said, "You're lucky. It really sucks. To think that this bag of skin and bones is disintegrating as we speak kind of grosses me out." Keith replied, "Wow, you really nailed it. Good observation."
Yes, it sure will be nice to shed this tired old body. And Keith was kind of lucky, although I think he may have accelerated through his 32 years. So when he passed, he probably was about 60-ish.
I don't know. He still looked pretty good. Keith had a question for me. So, I hear you write songs with people. And I said, yes, I've written with Syd Barrett, Prince, and Jim Morrison. Keith said, that's so cool. I can't believe people aren't watching or listening to your show. And I said, well, thank you for that. We'll catch on. Just have to get the word out there. And guess what? That costs money. Keith said, I understand. I hated the money. It caused all the problems. I agree. Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah. Greedy people. You know, I have many, many favorite Who songs. But at the very top of the list is I Can See for Miles. And Keith was just explosive on the drums on that song.
Well, you know, Keith is also known for his unique style of drumming. I asked how it came about. Where did he learn to hold his sticks in that manner? He said he was just goofing around one day and did that technique, and it was cool, so he just kept doing it, and soon it was just natural. Keith said, I loved playing the drums. I was only part of the synergy. The guys were great to work with, and I loved playing with them. Look forward to that reunion in the sky.
You know, the Who's backbeat definitely changed after Keith left. Personally, I like the band with Keith better.
Well, we talked about his life now and where he is and if he's happy, and he said, yes, of course. What's not to like? It's not at all like where you are. It's so peaceful. Why did I ever come there? I can do everything here that I did there. And no money, bullshit, managers, record companies, women telling me that do so, this and that and other. So no, I do not plan a return visit. What did you do there? Keith replied, well, we all have jobs. They depend on what we feel like doing at any certain time. Of course, that's the best part of it. All these talented people doing such cool things. It's really amazing. I asked, it just sounds so attractive on that side. Why do we bother to come here? Keith answered, because you asked for it. You signed up for it. Of course, they don't tell you that. You go to it blindly and don't know what to expect. Sometimes you just get a bad life.
I think Keith had to have this life experience here to get to where he is now. It looks like his life is pretty blissful.
Well, I think we all have to go through that process. Keith, thank you so much for speaking with us. I do have one last question. What do you want mankind to know? And Keith said that they're fucking everything up. Thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks for joining us. Join Celebrity Souls Speak on Facebook at facebook.com/The Celebrity Souls Speak. And check out Renee's blog at commonsenseinwilmingtonnc.blogspot.com. Sense spelled CENTS.